So as I talked about in a recent video, last week I wrote this article after I taught myself how to read, and I encouraged people to leave comments because it helps our website and it allows me to interact with you. It also gives me useful feedback and allows me to practice my reading skills, which of course I just learned. And I've gotten a handful of good comments already, with this one being my favorite from a friend. They make a couple good points, but this one is just fantastic. They say that neoclassical economics reminds them of the geocentric worldview that prevailed before the Copernican sun-centered worldview, where increasingly complicated scientific models were created to prove that the universe rotated around the Earth, that the Earth was at the center of the solar system. Proponents of this theory created hyper-complex and impressive models just because of the vast amount of data that they used, whereas the more correct Copernican model, which claimed that the sun was the center of our solar system, which it is, required far fewer parts. It was much less complex. Because most good scientific models are elegant in their simplicity, because the universe itself doesn't tend to have these hyper-complex laws. And you can see that with the neoclassical's utility theory of value. The supply and demand curves just have far too many variables. They come out to an incredibly complex algebraic equation if you actually translate them into one. And then a lot of the points on the curve Alfred Marshall just pulled out of his butt. He essentially made them up. They're fully theoretical. They don't describe anything in reality, and they can't be tested in reality, unlike the labor theory of value, which can be scientifically tested, as Paul Cockshaw does here, looking at the correlation between average labor time and the price of commodity. And this is why you have to be skeptical or aware of academics or scientists who just love using hyper-complex language or hyper-complex theories. Academics who seem more concerned with sounding smart, with the aesthetics of being smart, than actually getting to the truth or approaching the truth. Because a lot of times those aesthetics are used to distract from something else, the fact that their theories have no substance. And a lot of times the greatest theories are elegantly simplistic, like I said.